Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Erongo Talk. My name is Leandria Lowe and I'll be your host for today. Now today we join you from a beautiful Walvish Bay with the latest news, the weather and tides. For our interview segment we chat to local musician Savannah Collins, who is a judge on the singing competition Voice Perfect Namibia. And you need to keep your eyes peeled because somewhere along in this show a question is going to pop up, and if you answer it correctly you can win a voucher from Fachwerk Biergarten in Swakopmund. So please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. And now it is time for your news, and I bring you the news from the very calm Walvish Bay Lagoon. Now, Orano Mining, formerly known as Arriva, says it's open to renegotiate the terms of sale of its Erongo desalination plant with the government. Now, Orano has since 2014 unsuccessfully tried to sell the plant to the government, which in turn is reviewing options to build its own in a potential partnership with the Botswana government. Now, Botswana President Mokgweetsi Masisi recently visited Namibia to discuss the construction of a desalination plant with President Hage Geingob. Plans to build a desalination plant date back to former Botswana President Ian Khama's time in office. Now approached for comment, Orano said it was exploring all possibilities regarding its plant. We remain committed to finding a long-term sustainable solution, and should the Namibian government approach us in this regard, we are open to explore the possibilities, the company said about discussions regarding a second desalination plant along the Namibian coastline. Now Orano had previously offered the plant to the government for 3.5 billion Namibian dollars. Now when asked whether it would reconsider this price, the company said a determination would have to be made. Now the market value of the plant is determined by a complex set of parameters, and it is premature to speculate on this aspect at this point in time, Orano said. Now this plant is located 35 kilometers north of Swakopmund and was built by Orano for its Trekopi uranium mine, which is currently under care and maintenance. Now another thing that's happening over the weekend, so I'm calling all Omaruru people and everyone that is in their vicinity. The Omaruru community members are called on by the Omaruru municipality to join a cleanup campaign. Now over the weekend here in Walvish Bay and in Swakopmund we had a variety of cleanup campaigns, and I know a few more that's coming in later in March. So this cleanup for Omaruru is scheduled for Saturday. The assembly points are at Shell service station at 8 o'clock and at the Ozonje taxi rank at 9 o'clock. So the municipality is calling everyone to come up in numbers and clean their town. And then finally, the Voice of Namibia singing competition has extended its closing date for entries as it searches for the country's top talents. Now this is to further offer upcoming singers an opportunity to showcase their vocal abilities, with a new cutoff date being March 11 at midnight. Now contestants are required to submit one quality video of themselves singing a song of their choice, no longer than 2 minutes. All genres are welcome and the minimum age to enter is 15 years. Now video entries can be sent to voice.namibia@gmail.com. I'm going to repeat that, voice.namibia@gmail.com, or contact Alinda. That's at 081 333 5647. That's at 081 333 5647. Now in our upcoming interview with Savannah Collins, who is one of the judges of Voice Perfect Namibia, she's going to tell us a bit more about this competition and why you should enter. Another thing is, please check out our website. That's at www.erongo.com.na, www.erongo.com.na, for so much more news happening here in the Erongo region. And that is your news for today.
Today we're joined by Savannah Collins, one of the judges of The Voice of Namibia. How do you do, Savannah?
Very well, thanks, and yourself?
I'm very blessed to be in your presence. So, for a first-time viewer, if we have to go into it, people don't know who Savannah Collins is. Could you just give us a brief description about who Miss Collins might be?
For sure. Well, first of all, I just want to say hi to everyone and thank you for having me. It's an honor to be able to represent the Voice of Namibia. I am a solo acoustic, proudly born and bred Namibian musician.
Well, that's great. There you have it, folks. So, The Voice recently extended their deadline. So, why was the deadline of the entry extended?
We want to give Namibians ample opportunity to enter. We really would love to see more entries coming in and to just give Namibia overall chance to be able to possibly be the next Voice of Namibia.
Well, that's great. So, what is required from the contestants to be eligible for the show?
Contestants are required to send through one video this week before Thursday, and basic singing skills are required. Your confidence and enthusiasm is always appreciated, and once you've sent through your video, it gets submitted onto Facebook, where we will then continue with the judging.
Yes, so what is actually required from the contestants to be eligible for this competition?
Well, initially they are required to submit a video of themselves singing live, which then gets submitted to Facebook. And from there on, the contestants will go into the elimination rounds and be required to sing live with backing tracks for an audience. And that is how our elimination process takes place, and that is how the winner will then later be announced in one of those particular elimination shows.
Yes, outstanding. So, what does the winner walk away with?
Well, it's a surprise at this stage. However, with all the previous years, there is a wonderful cash prize for the winner and some lovely prizes that will be announced later on for the top two as well.
Yes, this is actually amazing. I myself am a musician. Yes, so we want to know how we can enter for this competition.
Well, thank you for asking. So that is the main reason we are here. Please, Namibia, we would love you to enter. There is an email address that you can submit one video of yourself singing to voice.namibia@gmail.com. Please make sure the audio and the recording is in good quality. Doesn't have to be anything out of this world, but please just make it audible for us as judges, and that will then get put up onto the Facebook page.
Yes, this conversation has been lovely, but we want to know who are the judges that have been judging this competition.
Well, very excitedly, we have expanded the judging panel by an additional 2 members. So we have all 3 previous years' winners, Claudine Nelson, Nadia Hansen, and Heiko Durens. So that is extremely exciting to have all of them on the panel. Then there is myself, Lemaine Vermeulen, and Theo Cookson, and it is just going to be a wonderful group of people judging, and I think that we are going to really do a great job this year, and we are all very excited.
Yes, thank you for coming in to share with us. Really, thank you very much.
Of course, thank you for having us and for promoting the Voice of Namibia. We appreciate it immensely.
Hi, I'm Brandt Von West, your favorite creativity specialist, and today it's time to think like a negotiator. In this episode, I'd like to cover a more advanced tactic, which is just a step up from the Basic Ultimatum. This is the Mark II Basic Ultimatum, and this is just where we get a little bit more specific. This type of negotiation tactic is reserved usually for our run and gun style of negotiation settings. These are settings that are very informal, settings that can happen spur of the moment, and it can happen to anybody at any given time. So, this specific tactic is just called the Mark II, which is just a step up from the very basic ultimatum that we covered in a previous episode. this is just where we get a little bit more specific with what we want. As an example, let's say you ordered something and what you got was of less value than what you ordered and what you paid for. Then you simply state, and remember we create a baseline now, say, look, I ordered widget plus, not the widget here. I did not order the widget basic, I ordered the widget plus. I expect nothing less than something of equal or greater functionality or value than what I ordered. In this instance, what happened was that you established a baseline, meaning you expressed your dissatisfaction with what you got. Then you added something more specific as to, I want something that is equal or greater than what I paid for, right? So you made a mistake. This is what happened. I'm not happy. This is what I expect in return. That's it. Now again, whenever you receive subpar service or an object and you know you want or have an end result in mind, then you need to keep in mind that if this is someone you're going to have to deal with on a regular basis, then be nice, be kind, be generous, but be specific and be reasonable. Keep your demands reasonable. Again, don't expect pie in the sky type of money in return. Don't expect the moon just because something didn't work right away. Be specific with what you want. You can't ask for a 4-course meal just because your burger isn't satisfactory, right? So just keep your demands reasonable. Whatever you want in return, keep it basic, keep it friendly. Very similar to the basic ultimatum, just don't create more problems than you dare to solve. Negotiations, it's all about win-win. It's all about reaching an agreement. If you didn't get what you wanted, don't throw a fit, don't throw your toys out of the cart, don't make a scene. You are there to think like a negotiator. You are there to step up in life, right? You're not there to create more problems. You're there to find solutions. So when this is used, just express your dissatisfaction and then tell them exactly what you want in return. Right? That's it. Now, if they are open to solving the problem, what you can then do is press for more. As an example, look, I expected widget plus, not the widget basic, and then you just keep quiet and they want to solve. It's like, no problem, sir, we'll just get that out to you right away. It's like, look, because of this obviously faulty product or error, I want an extra 10% discount on my next order, or I want a faster delivery time or something like that. So if something does happen and they are open to finding solutions with you, then you can press them for something reasonable, something a little bit extra. So remember to think like a negotiator, think win-win, and reach an agreement. Don't cause more problems than you dare to solve. I'll see you next time.
And now it is time for your weather and tides for all the major towns here in the Erongo region. Unfortunately, that brings us to the end of today's episode of Erongo Talk. But don't despair, you can still check out our website. That's at www.erongo.com.na. That's www.erongo.com.na for all the latest news happening right here in the Erongo region. You can also follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram. And you can get in contact with us at 0811 7040. That's 0811 7040 on both WhatsApp and Telegram. You can save that number if you want to get in contact with us for advertisement opportunities, or if you want to let us know what's happening in your town news-wise. Another thing is we still find ourselves in the COVID-19 pandemic, so it's very important that we wear our masks, social distance, and that we sanitize our hands at all times. So if you miss us too much, you can still check out a variety of shows happening right here on our platform, on all the Namibia Media Holdings platforms. So until tomorrow at 12 o'clock, it's bye for me.